Wise Pineapples, today, worth the wait, turning lines into loyalty. What drive-thrus, Disney, and chocolate cake can teach us about leading with yes. Welcome to the Yes Show. I'm your host, Christine Trippy. Each week, we'll explore the life-changing power of saying yes, along with hotel leadership made easy. Get ready for inspiration, fun, and sweet hospitality. Let's go. What's the longest line you've ever waited in? Be honest. Was it a ride at Disney, the Chick-fil-A drive-thru for lunch, or maybe was it that brand new coffee place 7 Brew that you just had to try? Those lines are crazy. Take a look at this picture. Let me describe it for those of you who are listening. You'll see my kids standing in front of SpongeBob, only it's SpongeBob from the back. Why? Because the line was over an hour long and I wasn't waiting to get a picture with SpongeBob. So we still got the picture with SpongeBob from the back. And I'll also share my longest wait time in line at the very end. And I hope you'll share yours too. Whatever line you waited in forever, here's the twist. You didn't leave. You stayed. Why? That's what we're digging into today. The psychology of the line and how the best brands make it part of the experience. Whether you're leading a hotel, a restaurant, a retail store, or even just your own household, what happens while people wait matters. So buckle up, grab your coffee, and let's talk about turning wait times into wow time. I remember when I was the director of fun at KeyLime Cove Water Resort, I saw the longest lines I've ever experienced working at a hotel. They started way before noon with guests eager to check in and use the water park the day of arrival. Honestly, we didn't expect this pre-opening rush, and we should have. I clearly remember Chuck Payton, the mayor of KeyLime Cove Water Resort, aka our general manager, speaking to the team about the line. He said, "Don't let the line intimidate you. The line can make us do crazy things we'd never do if it wasn't there. I want you to focus on the person in front of you. Give them every courtesy that they deserve, and the person behind them will know that's exactly what they'll get too when it's their turn." I loved that. I loved giving the team permission not to let the line throw them off their game. Take the time you need with each guest and don't shortchange service just because someone's behind them. However, I also knew we needed to help our front line with that line. Here are a few splash-tastic ways we turned waiting into a wow. First, we let guests know at reservation that they could use the water park before check-in to just bring a separate bag with their swim gear. We created a separate line for temporary water park passes until they could check in. We also charged as an enhancement for guaranteed early check-in and only allowed a certain number per day. Next, when the line built up unexpectedly, the front desk or any department needing support could call a code word and their location over the radio. Whoever was available would respond. Most of the time, it was my Funtivity team. We'd head to the line and we'd create the wow. We'd play volleyball with beach balls. We'd have trivia, prizes, character tattoos, glitter wishes, you name it, we were creating an experience in the line. The guests never even realized they were waiting. And they weren't just waiting, they were having their very first experience with us. During peak times, we scheduled the wow. The spa team would come up and do hand massages in line. And yes, at that time, they booked appointments for them too. Our Island Temptations team would hand out Key Lime Cove fudge or milkshake samples. The Crazy Toucan would offer tasters and mocktails and promote the evening entertainment in the bar. If you've been following me for any time, you know me by now. Be proactive and make friends first. That's how you get to the yes. Let's talk about the psychology MIT's Dr. Richard Larson, aka Dr. Q, found that the pain of waiting is mostly psychological. It's not about time, it's about perception. Here are four main points to consider. Uncertainty increases frustration. Unoccupied time feels longer. We tolerate waits more when we're informed, seen, and appreciated. And here's the kicker: we remember how it ends more than how it starts. Just like Chuck at KeyLime Cove said, the goal is for every guest to walk away feeling cared for no matter the line. So the trick isn't always to shorten the wait, it's to sweeten it. Let's dive into the psychology with some service examples. Let's start with Portillo's, a legend here in Chicago. Their drive-through lines are longer than most car washes on the first warm day of winter, but people stay. Why? They send team members outside into the line to take orders with tablets. They ask your name to personalize, and that keeps the line moving. Fast or not, it feels efficient. And that chocolate cake, I promise you, if you've never had Portillo's chocolate cake, it is totally worth the line. And get that beef baptized, baby. Now, how about Disney parks? The masters of making you forget you're even in line. Interactive cues to entertain you, overestimated time waits so that you're pleasantly surprised, and signs telling you 30 minutes from this point. They understand what most leaders miss. People will wait if they feel the experience is progressing. Seven Brew, that new coffee place. This new chain is creating Starbucks level buzz with over 20,000 drink combinations. Yes. And the lines are wrapping around the parking lots daily, every day, all day long. It's insane. But they move fast. Staff comes out to take your order by name and they keep things lively. The team energy is high. And people say that it's worth it, even when it's 25 minutes in line. Honestly, I was starting to wonder if that coffee had something in it besides caffeine, if you know what I mean. So, what can we learn from this if we're not swinging lattes or hosting roller coasters? When your guest, customer, or team member is waiting for help, for service, or for a decision, they're forming their opinion based on what you do with the in between. You might be thinking, well, that's great, Christine. All these ideas are wonderful, but I don't have a spa or a funtivity team to run up when the line forms. Here is what you can do. But first, I want to ask you this. When it's you standing in line, that's say 10 people deep, with only one person behind the counter, how do you feel? Aside from not wanting to wait in line, you probably feel uncomfortable. Like you want to help that poor person behind the counter, right? I know I do. And if you are that team member, you are definitely feeling stressed. The best way to ease that discomfort, address the elephant in the room. Let me say that again. The best way to ease the discomfort of standing in line is address the elephant in the room. Look up, acknowledge it. We tolerate waits more when we feel informed, seen, and appreciated. Practice this with your team. When the line begins to build, stand tall, be confident, and most importantly, connect. Welcome, everyone. Looks like we all woke up at the same time today. Thank you for your patience. I'll have your coffee orders right up in a jiffy. This helps everyone to relax and know that you are okay. And they'll get their coffee very, very soon. Now, bonus for many brands, this is part of their brand standard audit or their quality assurance audit. With a little proactive effort, you can set your team up for success. Have menus or local attractions ready for guests to browse while they're in line. Post a trivia question that they can ponder or even maybe chat with the person in front of them about. You can announce, answer the trivia, and you can get a chocolate with your coffee. At the courtyard, We didn't want the lines to get very long, so for guests who only wanted drip coffee, we created a self-service station that could be rung up with other grab-and-go items at the front desk. You could even add a QR code to sign up for your loyalty program in line. Yes, save two birds with one nest. Let's recap with some quick leadership yes tips from the drive-thru. Inform early and often. Eliminate uncertainty. Let them know how long it'll be. Make the wait feel active. Have some fun. Turn that wait into wow. Progress matters, even if it's symbolic. Add delight. A smile, a joke, a surprise cookie equals memories made. End on a high note. How the experience ends is how it's remembered. In the world of long lines, yes, leaders build loyalty by how they show up in the pause. So I'll ask you again, what's the longest line you ever waited in, and was it worth it? I want to know. Leave me a comment or DM me. Mine? I waited all day, literally over 6 hours, to be in the studio audience for the Colbert Report in New York City with Stephen Colbert. The person in front of us got the last seat, but I charmed them with my yesitality, and my husband and I got in standing room only. And yes, totally worth the 6-hour wait. Now, think about the waits your guests or your team experience. Are they filled with frustration or fueled by intention? You can download my free Yes Turn Wait into Wow toolkit with tips, scripts, and ideas to sweeten any wait. Whether it's in the lobby, the drive-thru, or the hallway outside your office, you can find it in the show notes below. Let's take one step to turn waiting into wow this week. Until next time, remember, waiting is inevitable, but yes is a choice. Stay sweet, stay wise, and keep saying yes. That's a wrap for today's show. Say yes to taking action and changing the world one yes at a time. And oh, my friend, will you say yes to review, like, and subscribe? The more yeses you give, the more juicy goodness I can bring to all of you wise pineapples. Cool or cool?